here's the only sketchy part for Hira. If he has a clumsy heat, if he takes off in a couple of small waves, starts repeating low scores, something like that, then of course Wilco's just going to eat him alive. But if he puts together a really solid heat, sits and waits for the quality wave, he surfs insane. He can match Wilco with some big old snaps. So as a fan, I would love it, Ronnie, if we just see a good battle at hand.
We know that Hira has had some success here in the past, making the main event some time ago now. Back in 2004, he did get all the way through to the quarterfinals. Matt Wilkinson also counts a quarterfinal in 2011 as his best finish in this contest. Stay in this yellow jersey as he has all season heading into Trestles. Obviously, he's going to improve his chances at winning what would be an incredible world title. But here we go, Wilkinson getting things started early and going to turns. That trademark layback jam to get things started. A little bit of cover and a nice little airdrop floater. And he's not done just yet, moving right through to the closeout section. And a smart start to the heat for Matt Wilkinson.
We're in for some good maneuvers today, which is pretty rare. It's kind of cool because you come to Chopu and you're pretty much just in for a tube ride contest, which is great. But we're forced with, some smaller waves in this forecast, so we're going to see the guys lay on some big old rail turns. There's going to be some ramps right there. Wilco doing a great job floating there. He landed out into the flats, so he had a great chance to kind of buckle, but he did a good job of planting that maneuver, so he finished that wave off. But Ronnie, so again, to my point, it's going to be fun today because we're going to see some guys kind of light up with some maneuvers at Chopes.
Definitely, and there's only two surfers in the lineup, so whatever opportunity was missing yesterday in the first round, it should even things up a little bit with just two competitors out there. Strider, you were very vocal over in Jeffreys Bay after the event wrap there, saying that you didn't think Matt Wilkinson would be holding on to the yellow jersey after Tahiti. Do you still think that's the case?
Well, I think with the waves at this size, as you can see Wilco right here dropping in, banging off the lip. There's that tail drift. He's got that lip game. Nice little layback drop wallet snap right there. He's going to finish up with a little turn on the inside. And Hira out the back. Look at this little nugget, little tube ride here. He is inside, gets the tube, comes out. Ooh, no cutback. I think that's going to be a little blip on the radar there for him, but I'd like to see him do a turn. As far as Wilco and everything he's got going right now,
okay, we'll wait and see. I like that combination that he put together on his last ride, Ross. Not a lot of opportunity to get turns done on this wave, and he let go of a couple of bombs.
Well, he looks freed up. You know what I like about Wilco's program this morning is he doesn't look too concerned about trying to get barreled. He's just surfing the conditions in front of him, and those were two really solid turns. Hira on the other side of the coin is totally different. His program is, I'm going to get barreled. I'm going to try to impress the judges by doing what Tahiti does, and that's getting inside that barrel here, so with a little cutback. That wave got fat, so I'm not sure he left a whole lot left on the plate there. Beautiful little wave for this morning. Again, slotted way behind the curtain there, so he was pretty deep. And again, you're not going to get those big, heavy, boxy barrels today,
Welcome back. We are live. The Jeep Ratings leader, Matt Wilkinson, taking an insider here, not finding the exit. He is holding on to the lead at this stage.
Got a program. He's got a little theory going on, and it looks like he's sticking to it because he's waiting out the back with priority again. So Matt found himself under priority, a little insider, but you can see today with that smaller swell in the water, it's not really pitching over. You don't see those big hollow sections. And so here we go. Let's see if a little west bowl comes towards Hira.
Well, Hira's got priority, so Matt Wilkinson, there's not much he can do, but Hira not really in position, and Wilco slides under the lip here and finds the exit. Good looking wall to play with, lays back and digs in hard on that rail and hangs on after almost getting caught up in the foam there for a moment. There is something out the back. 15 and a half minutes to go. Here goes the wild card. Hira Teriinatoofa. He finds the exit, but again opts out of the turn, and he wants to get priority back. He did have the single highest ride of the heat so far.
Yeah, my first gut instinct is that Matty Wilkinson's barrel was a little better, actually. A smaller wave, but you can see how deep he gets, and nice shape. That barrel is nice and round, and Matt is looking very sharp on his rail today. All the turns that he's thrown down today have been very crisp. So a bigger wave for Hira, you can see, but there it got kind of almondy. He didn't quite get deep enough for my liking. I kind of wish he would have stuck an arm in the wall and got just a little bit deeper to make it a little more exciting. Well, here we go. He does on a nice little pocket.
He's got priority. Late drop under the lip. This is a good looking wave. It holds open. He claps himself on as he motors down the line, and again doesn't really add any points with manoeuvres, but the tube was nice. A good hollow one. Right behind him, Matt Wilkinson gets an opportunity to answer here, and he is deep in the barrel. Spat from the pit, and now he again goes to the rail and links up two pretty decent turns.
I'm on the edge of my seat. This is really exciting. I'm stoked that Hira is taking it to Matt Wilkinson. But, you know, so right here, pretty good barrel. Just a little claim there. Maybe a mistake, because had he not been busy clapping his hands, he could have finished that wave with a big old floater. So he got distracted, but little did Hira know behind him, Matt was on a better wave. That's, in my eyes, the best barrel so far today. So this should really kind of open up a lead for Matt. You know, you could say maybe he should have kicked out to get priority, but instead he just said, you know what, I don't care, I'm going to commit to those turns. Even though he hasn't been rewarded, as you said, for turns so far this morning. Really good surfing from Matt.
Well, that might be some frustration coming out in that last turn, because he really sunk his teeth into that meaty piece of wall, and he's just dropped the highest number of the exchange, of the heat. An 8-point ride for Matt Wilkinson, and he puts a pretty good lead on Hira now. Hira had a 6.43. His best wave, so he's chasing a 7.75 with 10.5 minutes remaining. Getting some decent tubes as well, throwing some turns into the mix, and that might be the difference at the moment.
Wow, proper little barrel this morning, nice and deep. You can see his surfboard was right next to the foam ball inside the barrel. So, you know, perfect technique for Matt. You didn't see him weaving. He wasn't trying to get speed. He knew he was right in the slot, so he kind of just stood there and held his line. Very smart from Matt Wilkinson. Had he got kind of too ahead of himself, he could have pumped and got out to the shoulder, and then it would have been a lower score. But instead of being too proud and going, no, I'm cool, I'm already good at tube riding, I don't need your help, or, you know, I don't need to study it. But that's how you get better. You have to be humble.
Here we go. Hira with a nice looking wall here. Use priority for this one. This is a great wave. And he just hangs on and gets the exit. Throws down a neat cutback. And is just working this one over now. But a solid ride for Hira. Well positioned. Nice and deep.
It's not out of the question that it'll be a 7.75, and if it's not that, it should be better than you know, his 6.43. Look at this, you know, one of the bigger waves so far in this heat. Got nice and deep there. Maybe just a touch shorter than Matt Wilkinson, so I'm not sure if it's going to match his 8, but it should at least improve his situation.
I think that wave was a little bit bigger of Hira's maybe than Matt Wilkinson's.
Wow, right there over the foam ball. So he was properly deep inside that barrel. So this is where the judges, again, they're going to have their work cut out for him. They're really going to be splitting hairs today.
He can shut this heat down. He has to be smart. Hira having a look at this one, and Matt lets him go. He needs to do something spectacular with this smaller ride. Rolling down the line, 15 seconds remaining, and this wave is going to shut down. 10 seconds to go, and the Jeep ratings leader is going to avoid a second round loss, and he is on track for a rematch with Bruno Santos in round 3. It's going to be a huge heat.
That was big, Ronnie, because it had Matt gone down, he would have been holding on to his second 25th, and that would have been brutal for his world title campaign. Even if he just gets a 13th, that could still, he could still win it. So a big, big heat for Matt.